friends, and welcome to week 3 of the Stranger Things readathon. So we are now halfway through the readathon, and I cannot believe I thought I was going to finish my Scoops Troop TBR in the first half of the month and then do all the extra challenges in the second half of the month. We're halfway through, I've done half of my TBR, which definitely is reasonable. We're halfway through the month, I'm halfway through my TBR, but I really thought I was going to read more than this. I mean, nice try, but it's not happening. So for this readathon, I am currently listening to the audiobook for I Love You So Mochi by Sarah Kun. I still don't know how to say her name. I should look it up. I say that all the time. I'm like, I should look it up. And then I just don't. Why am I the worst? Anyway, I am up to chapter 5, so I have like a little over 6.5 hours left of the audiobook, and I am listening to it a bit sped up, so I probably will finish that within the next few days. So far, I'm really enjoying it. She just got to Japan, which I feel like is sort of the start of where this story kind of kicks off, so I'm very excited to read about that. I'm very excited to read a book set in Japan. I'm very excited to keep going, and then I'm also still reading Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare and Leslie Chu. I am up to chapter 6, which is page 95, so I'm slowly making my way through this. I think me and Andrea are kind of at the same point still. I saw her tweet something about being 100 pages in last night, so we're definitely still kind of around the same area. But this is what I think I'm going to be reading physically this week. But if I do finish I Love You So Mochi, I probably will go into my next read for the Scoops Troop TBR, even if I'm still reading this, just because I want to make sure I get through my Scoops Troop TBR and everything. So yeah, I'm not probably going to update much today, just because it's going to be a laundry and editing day, so not too exciting, but I need to do laundry, like, desperately, and I need to get my weekly vlog edited, so you gotta do what you gotta do. But I will check in with you guys hopefully soon. Hopefully I've made some progress, and yeah, I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. It is now Wednesday, and I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an update. Is it actually Wednesday? Yes, it's Wednesday. I'm really bad at telling you what day it is. With I Love You So Mochi, which I'm reading for the USS Butterscotch prompt, I'm like halfway through the audiobook. I have 4 hours and 6 minutes left, and I think it's like an 8-hour audiobook, so I'm about halfway, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really cute so far. There are like more problems in this book that characters are going through and dealing with, but for the most part, it's just a really like fluffy romance, and it's really cute, and I'm really enjoying it. I also made some progress in Lost Book of the White yesterday. I'm now up to page 151. I think Andrea probably has read more than this. This was about where she was yesterday, and I stopped in the middle of a chapter, but she probably has read more, so I'm definitely gonna have to keep going. But I'm really enjoying this. I think I'm enjoying it more than the Red Squirrels, which was the first book. I think just the overall plot of this one I find more interesting. I find the actual time frame, how it's a bit later on in these characters' lives, a bit more interesting. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Very interested to see how it all goes down, because obviously we know that things work out because we've seen these characters in later books, so I'm interested to see what happens, but at the same time I'm like, the stakes are not that high because I know that they're fine, but also what's gonna happen. In other news, today is still going to be a laundry day because our dryer was broken. It like officially broke while I was trying to do laundry yesterday. It was on, it was doing something, but it wasn't drying my clothes. So an hour later when I went to go and check to see if they were dry, they weren't. So I'm now just air drying my clothes, so it's gonna take me a bit longer to do some laundry, but that's okay. But obviously I still have to finish doing that today, so we'll see how much reading gets done. But yeah, definitely making some progress today, and I just want to kind of keep listening to the audiobook while I do some laundry, so I think I'm gonna go and do that. And I'll check in with you guys once hopefully I finish something. Hopefully I finish something soon. So it is now Thursday, and I just wanted to give a bit of an update. So with Lost Book of the White, still slowly making my way through. I'm on page 158. I again stopped in the middle of the same chapter I was on before. I was reading a little bit with my coffee this morning. I'm almost done with this chapter. I think Andrea said that she was up to like page 170 something, so I'm definitely going to try to catch up at least. I probably will try to surpass her actually, just because I clearly am behind her for a majority of this, so I'm going to try and get ahead of her while I can. But yeah, I I'm still enjoying this. I think it's starting to pick up a little bit, so I'm excited to see where it goes. And with I Love You So Mochi, I'm up to chapter 18, and I have 2 hours left in the book. So I'm listening to it on double speed, so that means like an hour left. So I will definitely be finishing that today. I still have some laundry to start and put away because of that broken dryer, so I will definitely be finishing that today while I do all of that. And then once I finish the audiobook for I Love You So Mochi, I think I'm going to just start reading Crier's War even if I'm still reading this, because I'm still freaking out about finishing my TBR. Like, we have 2 weeks, but I have to read Green Glass House, which is the middle grade, and that is, how many pages is this? So Green Glass House is 376 pages, and Crier's War is 429, so I still have a decent amount of pages to be read over the next couple of weeks. So I think once I finish I Love You So Mochi, I'm going to start with Crier's War, or just kind of make some good progress with this, because I feel like once me and Andrea kind of get going, we both like get to the halfway point of books and then we finish them really quickly. That has happened before with a few of our other buddy reads, so I feel like we just need to kind of like keep going. So I probably will finish this soon, but if I finish I Love You So Mochi, I will jump into this as well. We're gonna be getting this TBR done. It's happening. I also just keep getting distracted. Like with Lost Book of the White, I was planning on reading like multiple times yesterday, but I ended up editing or captioning a video, then I was doing laundry, and then I was watching YouTube videos, and I don't know what else I was doing, but then eventually it was nighttime, and BTS and Taylor Swift were both on 2 different TV shows like at the same time last night, so I was watching that, and then I didn't read. And then I watched the season 2 finale of Avatar: The Last Airbender. So like, I'm basically doing every other interest that I have other than reading, but it's okay. I'm gonna get back in the zone. I'm gonna read Lost Book of the White. I'm gonna listen to the final hour or 2 hours of I Love You So Mochi. We're getting there. We're gonna get this done. I'm gonna complete my TBR. We're manifesting it. So I have just finished the I Love You So Mochi audiobook. I ended up giving it 4 stars on Goodreads. It was really cute. I didn't really explain what this book was about. Basically, we're following this girl, Kimmy, who is kind of struggling to figure out what she wants to do. She's having pressure from her mom on what she wants to do, and she ends up getting an invitation from her grandparents to come and visit them in Japan. So she ends up kind of going on that trip to kind of get a break from her mom and also like her life, while also trying to figure out what she wants to do. And she meets this guy while she's there, and it's just the cutest, fluffiest romance. The love interest in this book is literally the softest boy I've ever read about, ever. So it was just really cute and wholesome for the most part. Obviously she's trying to figure out what she wants to do, but other than that, it was just really cute. So I gave it 4 stars. I'm going to update my journal, and now I'm going to go and try and get Lost Book of the White done, or make some progress in that, because definitely need to make some progress in that. It is now Friday, and I just wanted to check in, give an update, you know, like I've been doing the past 2 weeks. So I think I said yesterday that I finished I Love You So Mochi, and I've still been reading Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. I stopped in the middle of a chapter because I was reading this morning, so I'm on page 217, but I'm definitely going to be trying to make some decent progress in this today. If not finishing it, I would really like to finish this today. I only have like 150 or so pages left, so that's definitely doable. Also, me and Andrea discovered last night that there's a short story in the back of this book featuring some of our favorite characters, so we're like, okay, we're now even more motivated to get this done. I flipped to the back of this book to see how many pages there were, and then saw the short story, literally froze, started freaking out, messaged Andrea, and then she started freaking out, so we were just losing our minds. So yeah, definitely gonna try and get through a decent amount of Lost Book of the White today. I think Andrea is also gonna be trying to do the same thing. We're both like really motivated to read it, to get to that short story. But so far I am enjoying this. I definitely think the plot of this is a lot more interesting than the first book, Red Squirrels of Magic. And I feel like because I'm enjoying this much more than the first one, I'll definitely be able to read this a lot faster. And I feel like where we're at in the story, it's really starting to pick up, and it's getting really really interesting, so I probably will be able to finish that today, hopefully. Other than that, I have a video to caption. It is my trick or to-readathon. I still don't know how to quite say that. It's a tricky one, but it's a readathon announcement, so that's up by the time you're seeing this, so I'll have it linked above and below. You should go and check it out. It's a month-long readathon in October, hosted by me and some of my best friends on BookTube, and it's going to be fun. It's very chill, very relaxed, spooky, a whole month to read books. It's fun. You should definitely join in, but I have to caption that video, but the video is only like 4 minutes long, so it'll probably go really quickly. And then other than that, I might be getting my hair cut today. Maybe. My sister is the one who cuts my hair, and she's cutting my aunt's hair today, so I think she's gonna have like her scissors and everything, so I might ask for a haircut. I definitely want to get the blonde put back in my hair, but that's like a 3-hour plus endeavor. Maybe with shorter hair it wouldn't be as long, but that definitely is quite a long task. So I don't think that's happening today, but I think if anything I'm gonna get my hair cut, and I think I'm gonna do a big chop. I think like just below my shoulders, maybe. I mean, I like my long hair, and for the most part it's relatively healthy. I mean, I haven't gotten a haircut since last October, so that's not great. To be honest though, it's not that bad. I feel like if anything, just the last like couple of inches would need to be cut off, but I kind of just want a change. Long hair definitely gets in the way. I kind of forgot. I used to have really long hair back in high school. It was longer than this. It was almost down to my hips. So it was quite long. It was excessive. And I kind of forgot just how much it gets in the way and how much hair just is everywhere. And it's not even like fun. I mean, I think it looks okay, but at the same time, I'm just like, I'm over it. So I think that might be happening today. A big chopperoo. So maybe the next time you see me, I'll have my hair a lot shorter. That would be nice. I do need a haircut really bad, so if that happens, great. If not, it's fine. It's my sister, so I'll just keep bugging her until she does it. My camera always dies when I'm trying to wrap up the current clip. Don't know why that always works out that way. But basically, those are my plans for today, so hopefully I'll be able to get a decent amount of Lost Book of the White done, if not the whole thing. I'm definitely going to just try to have a reading day, because why not? And then I'll be able to move on to the other books in my Scoops Droop TBR, which Green Glass House still hasn't come through on Libby, so can't read that quite yet. It does say that it's going to be ready for me to borrow in 2 weeks, so hopefully it comes earlier than that, because 2 weeks is the end of the month, so I'm hoping that it comes in earlier. I'm the only person I think waiting for a copy, so I think that that will work out for me. Hopefully it comes in earlier, and typically does, but this will be the one time that it actually is 2 weeks. But if it does, I'll find something else to read. I'll find another middle grade to read. But yeah, I'm going to be moving on to Crier's War after Lost Book of the White, which is very exciting. So yeah, that is my update for right now. Hopefully the next time you see me, all of this is gone. She's gone. Finally. So hello, it is now Monday. It has been a little bit since I've checked in, but I'm gonna fill you in on all the reading, all the things, the haircut. I got you. So on Friday, I ended up finishing the Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu, and I ended up reading, like, I was on the epilogue when my sister pulled in the driveway to like cut my hair and just hang out and stuff, so I finished that and then waited until Saturday to read the short story in the back, which was, it required strength, but I did it. So yeah, I finished this, and I'll talk more about my feelings on this in a second. And then just kind of the rest of the weekend, I was dealing with allergies and not feeling great, so I kind of just chilled the rest of the weekend. I was feeling a little bit better yesterday, but I just kind of wanted to just relax this weekend, and that's why I didn't really vlog that much. But on Saturday, I did end up starting Crier's War by Nina Varela, which is what I'm reading for the Robin prompt. And that's a book that features a female-female romance, so I started this, and then yesterday on Sunday I did do a little bit of reading as well. So I'm now up to chapter 8, page 129, and I'm enjoying this so far. I read most of that yesterday. I read like 10 pages on Saturday and then fell asleep because I didn't feel good. And then the same thing happened yesterday. I was reading and then I fell asleep. But then I woke up and continued reading, so I got a decent amount of reading done, and I'm really enjoying this so far. But yeah, that's basically all you've missed, really. But now I'll let you know how I feel about the Lost Book of the White, tell you how I felt about it. So I ended up giving this 4 stars. I also ended up counting this for the Mike prompt. I was looking at the bingo board with all the different prompts and everything, and I kind of figured that that one would probably make the most sense and the easiest way for me to get a bingo on that board, even though I still don't think I'm gonna get a bingo on the board that has like everything. I'm barely finishing my TBR for my team, never mind reading all the extra things, so we'll see if I get any bingos on that. We'll see what ends up happening, but I counted this for the mic prompt, which is to read a book featuring a soft boy character, and Alec I would consider a soft boy character. I also would consider Simon a soft boy character, and he is in this as well, so I definitely think that that works for that prompt. But yeah, I ended up giving this 4 stars. I definitely enjoyed this more than the first book, The Red Squirrels of Magic, which I actually brought over because I need your opinions on the covers, but we'll get to that in a second. The Red Squirrels of Magic, I gave 3 stars. I just found that going back into the middle of the series of the Mortal Instruments series, which is the main series Cassandra Clare wrote, going back to the middle of that series didn't make the most sense with the characters and how they were written in the Red Scrolls. Like, I feel like the characters in the Red Scrolls developed farther than they actually had developed within the timeline of the Mortal Instruments series, if that makes sense. Like, I just felt like some of the big things that happened in the 4th book, which I think the Red Scrolls takes place before the 4th book, the events in that book I don't think would have happened if the characters were acting like they were in this book. I don't know if any of that makes sense. I just felt like it didn't match up with the timeline, the way the characters were acting. However, this took place after the Mortal Instruments series. I felt like within the timeline, the characters were acting more like they would have, and I just enjoyed it a lot more. And yeah, I think the plot of this one as well was a lot more interesting than the first book. I just found I was more entertained in this one than I was in the first, and I feel like there's going to be a lot that happens in the 3rd book in the series. Like, I'm actually excited for the 3rd book. I wasn't very excited for this one, I'm not gonna lie. After the Red Scrolls, I was just like, I'm gonna read it because it's Cassandra Clare. But I'm not, like, excited about it. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm excited, but not as excited as I am with some of her other books. But I'm actually excited for the 3rd one, so we'll see how that goes. I still felt like it was fairly obvious when Wesley Chu and Cassandra Clare was writing. I mean, I've read a lot of Cassandra Clare books. I don't know, can you see the Cassandra Clare shelf in the back there? She has a lot of books. I've read a lot of them. I feel like I kind of know her writing style by now. And with Wesley Chu's writing in here, I was like, the characters aren't saying or thinking things that they would normally think. Like, would they say that? I don't think so. So yeah, I definitely felt like that was still really obvious, which was very jarring and definitely took me out because I'm like, I don't think the characters would say or act like that. But at the same time, I could just kind of look past it, and a lot of the banter in this was really funny, and like I said, the plot was a lot more interesting. I just think that this was overall just a lot better than the Red Squirrels of Magic. I'm still not like as invested in this trilogy as I am with some of other Cassandra Clare books that she's written, but I still, you know, they're fun. They're a fun time, and yeah, that is my Red Scrolls. Nope. Lost Book of the White review. But the reason I brought Red Scrolls over is because these covers clearly do not match. What do? I don't like this cover as much as I like this cover, but they don't match. And this one, I think I showed it in last week's vlog, the week before, I don't know, whenever I bought this book. On the inside of this dust jacket, it does have the matching book cover. I'm gonna be annoyed if they don't do this for the 3rd one, because then it's like, then there'll just be one that's not matching. I don't know, but I don't like this cover that much. I much prefer this one. So I don't know what to do. I'm like, should it match? Do I care more about the books matching, or more about the fact that I like this cover so much more? So I have to decide whether I care more about the matching covers or having the prettier cover. I would love your opinions. What would you do in this situation? I'm probably just gonna leave it, to be honest. I mean, it bothers me that they don't match, but like, I don't care that much, and I prefer this one, so I probably will just leave it like that. So yeah, I think that that is mostly everything I wanted to update. I'll talk a little bit about Crier's works. I started this weekend and I'm really enjoying it. So this world is really interesting because we're following like kind of, there's 2 different groups of people. There are the humans, the genuine humans, and then there's these people called Automa or Automa. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but they're basically, they're not real human beings. They were made. So that's really interesting. And there was kind of this war between the 2, and now the Automa kind of rule over the humans, and there's a lot of like rebellion from the humans trying to kind of gain back some power and kind of beat the Automa, and it's just really interesting. So we're following Crier, who is the daughter of the guy who's ruling a majority of the world, I think, in this book, or at least this part of the world, and they're Automa. And then we're following Ayla, who is a human, and she's kind of trying to seek revenge, and she's part of this rebellion against them. So it's really interesting. It has my favorite trope, guys. It has one of my favorite things in books, where people have to sneak in to a castle or, you know, be within royalty and pretend to be something that they aren't, or pretend to be something in order to get information. I love that. I love when books have that. I'm thriving. But yeah, very excited to continue with this. Already Crier and Ayla and the way they like describe each other in their heads. Ooh, so excited to continue. I feel like I was gonna say something else. An update on Green Glass House still hasn't come in. I should have taken that hold when it came in the first time, but I was Boo-Boo the Fool and an idiot, so I didn't. And now I'm number one in line. There's one copy in use. I know it's middle grade, so I might be an actual child reading this book. But they need to hurry up. I'm kidding. If anything, I'll just continue reading Crier's War, and if I finish Crier's War and it still hasn't come in, I will just pick another middle grade to read. I've kind of been in the mood to reread Percy Jackson, so maybe I'll reread that. Who knows? I kind of get in these moods where I want to read like everything Rick Riordan has ever written, and then I remember how many books they are, and I'm like, no. And then I remember Cassandra Clare shelf. I've done it with her, why not do it with Rick Riordan? And then I remember there's a lot of books, and I go, no. But also seeing people have like the Rick Riordan shelves, I want that. I want that aesthetic. I want all the books, all the spines. I love it. I want it. My friend Armine, on one of her shelves, she has a bunch of Rick Riordan's books. I think she has all of them, but every time I see them in a video, I'm just like, I love that. I love the spines. I want it. But at the same time, there's so many books. I don't even know what I'm supposed to read after Percy Jackson. Like, is there an order? Is there a system? What do I do? I don't know. But I've read the Percy Jackson series and I enjoyed them, so I think I might give them a little bit of a reread if I feel like it. So if Green Glass House doesn't come in by the time I finish Crier's War, I might reread the first Percy Jackson, because why not? Okay, I think that's it. I've babbled long enough. I definitely made up for the amount of vlogging I didn't do this weekend with this one clip, so I'm gonna go. Might start editing this vlog, but I will probably check in with you guys before I end this vlog and probably do some reading as well. So I will check in with you guys in a little bit. So I'm currently editing this vlog. I took a break to take some Bookstagram pictures because I haven't taken any in a while and I haven't been posting to Bookstagram, so I did that. But now I'm actually editing this vlog and I'm laughing because I inserted a clip of me starting the K-drama It's Okay Not to Be Okay, and then I also filmed myself like sobbing over it, and I'm leaving it in, but I didn't provide any explanation, I don't think. I haven't edited this clip yet, but I like quickly listened through and I don't think I explained why I was crying, so that's why I was crying. So if you made it this far into this vlog, now you get an explanation as to what I was watching and why I was crying. But yeah, I didn't explain why I was sobbing the other day, so that's why. Yeah, that K-drama already hurt my feelings. I've watched one episode, so that's good. I think me and my friend Maddie are gonna watch it together, so I actually have to message her and see if we're gonna like talk about it, FaceTime, or just kind of chat over a text about it. Because I don't really have like that many thoughts, so like if we were to FaceTime, I'd just be like, it made me cry, but also made me laugh. And that's really it. And I'm already in love with the main guy. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, I just thought I'd provide some context. Figured that might be important when you see clips of me sobbing. Now I'm gonna go back to editing this vlog, so bye for now. It's so cold. Okay, so I actually think I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. Also ignore the fact that I'm literally wrapped up like a burrito. I'm freezing. So I have my journal here. I'm going to give you guys an update on what I read this week and what I have left to do. So this week I ended up reading and finishing I Love You So Mochi, which I read for USS Butterscotch, which was to read a sweet book, so that is done. I also read The Last Book of the White, which I ended up counting for the mic prompt because, as you can see with the mic prompt done here, all I would have to do is complete Hoppers, which is to do a reread, and I think I might be able to do that, but we'll see. So yeah, I counted The Lost Book of the White for Mike's prompt, and then I'm currently still reading Crier's War, which is for Robin's prompt, which is to read a book with a female-female romance. So I'm now to chapter 9, page 144, and I'm gonna keep reading this today. I'm really enjoying this so far. Something very dramatic just happened in that last chapter, so I'm excited to keep going and to see what ends up happening. So yeah, that is everything that I've read so far this week. So once I complete Crier's War, I will just need to complete Erica's prompt, which is to read a middle grade, and then my Scoops Troop TBR will be done. I would love to be able to fit in at least another book and maybe get a bingo on like the bigger bingo board. I just don't know if that's gonna happen. I guess I wasn't as motivated to read this month as I was hoping, but that's okay. I still read a decent amount, and I'm probably going to finish my Scoops Troop TBR, so that is what really matters. And hopefully Green Glass House comes in on Libby in time for this readathon. But if not, I'll find another middle grade. It'll be fine. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I think that that is going to complete this video. So let me know down below in the comments how well you guys are doing with your TBRs, how many you've completed. I want another update. I've asked every week, but I want to keep getting these updates. But other than that, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you have not already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.